What's up, Postal268 here, and this week on How to Be Broke, I'm going to explain how to save a lot of money on your bed. And it's pretty simple. I could actually sum up the entire video in one sentence, and then I'm going to use the rest of the video to explain how to properly do what I'm saying. Don't have a bed. Instead, use an indoor hammock. I know you're like, wait, that's going to kill my back. There's several different things. I'm going to explain. First tip, do not get a hammock with those wooden bars that keep it flat. That will kill your back. Those hammocks are horrible and they're more expensive. When I first did this, I bought every kind of hammock I could find. And I tried all of them, and I actually found out that the best, most comfortable hammock was the cheapest one. I got a $30 oversized Brazilian hammock, and I've been using that for a year and a half as my bed. You want it to be able to fold up around you, and you want to lay in it diagonally. Now, I'll explain, or I'll cut to a clip here of me laying in it so that you can see that when you lay in it diagonally, you'll be more flat. It's not going to have you like all hunched up and curved the wrong way to lay in it. So you put top of you off to one side and you put your feet off to the opposite side. Let's go to that clip now. Now, see, that doesn't look as uncomfortable as you would think it would be, because you're not laying down the middle. If you lay right in the middle of it, you're just gonna banana your body. Like, your head's gonna be all here and your feet gonna be above your head. It's not a comfortable way to sleep. So, and also, depending on your hammock and the weight restrictions, you can comfortably lay with two people. Just make sure that you add together your weights, and in the paperwork with your hammock, it should say the weight restrictions of that particular hammock. You may be able to get a more upgraded hammock if you need more weight capacity. So I'll cut to that clip. Now, of course, I am going to have to mention there is a little bit of a learning curve to laying in the hammock. Obviously, since there is a wrong and a right way to lay, there are many uncomfortable ways that you can lay in it. So you're going to have to get in, you're going to have to experiment, and especially if you're laying in the hammock with two people. It can be a little difficult to find a position that is comfortable for both people. And that also just may not work for you if you're the kind of people that you get on a bed together and you just go to the opposite ends and you don't want to touch. Definitely hammock wouldn't be for you. You might want to get separate hammocks. But I'll be moving on here to talk about storage. Best part of this is it doesn't take up any room in your house. The way you put it up is usually it comes with two hooks. You'll need a stud finder. You'll find the studs in the wall, and you just screw it in by hand, generally. Just make sure that you are in a stud. If you're not, it's going to fall out of the wall. Just like the people who try to get swings put in their houses. They just screw it right up into the sheetrock. They don't hit any wood. There's no meat to that. You gotta remember, there are rows of wood inside the wall. And then there's just gaps of nothing. The walls are just a thin little, almost like a concrete sort of thing called sheetrock. You could punch through it if you want. It's weak. So it may be strong enough to hold up a hammock with no one in it, but you put a little bit of weight and you're ripping everything out of your wall. So definitely make sure that you have a stud finder and you know that there's a stud there. But most of them, not all, you can just screw it in by hand. But regardless of what I say, if you're putting it up by hand or whatever, follow the instructions that come with your hammock. Every hammock is different. The hardware is different. So just make sure that you follow the directions and you properly put up your particular hammock. Now, the first few times you use it, it may move a little bit and mess up the sheetrock around where it is. So I'd wait about a month or two of use, and then I would get some putty, put around the hole, that you made there, and then just touch up the paint. But yes, storage is pretty easy. Mine, for instance, there's a hook on each side, and I can just unhook the hammock off one end and then put both hooks on the other. So in this video, this clip here, I'm going to show where I'm unhooking it and putting it up. And I've got mine a little bit higher than most people might put theirs because it is in my living room and it's over a table that's in the living room. So I needed it tall enough that I could lay in it without getting in the way of any of my furniture. And at the same time, I liked it that tall because the bar is right next to it and I can just put a drink or something over on the bar and use that like a side table. So I'll cut to the clip now. And so with all that, the last thing I can think to talk about is washing it, which, obviously you never wash a mattress. With a hammock, you can't get bed bugs because you can take the entire hammock, put it in the washing machine. That's a huge thing right there. Here, let me cut to a clip of taking it down and putting it in the washing machine. So there you have it. Instead of paying hundreds of dollars for a mattress, a box spring, sheets, comforter, pillow, box frame, or the bed frame, all that, and then on top of that, it usually takes up almost an entire room, just the sheer size of your bed. Why go through all of that hassle and money when you could just spend $30 on a hammock? But that's just one method. That's what I do. I've been doing that for about a year and a half now. I'm pretty satisfied with it. It may not be for you. But this is just one tip on how you can save a substantial amount of money. You can save a lot of room in your house. And you can sleep healthier and more comfortable. So, thanks for watching. It's been Postal268 on How to Be Broke.